Okay, so I'm not even gonna do an intro for this. So this video is just for anyone that is like new on the game and why Koju is also good to grind for, especially if you're just like gonna grind for gems. But for gems, it's much more better to grind for get Toki, but you have to buy a game password. And why Koju is like good for grinding for gems? It's because the abilities is that it's much more better. And of course, Denjin is also good to grind for because you can use the overheat of Denjin. I'm sorry for the background noises since I'm living in a crowded um, house, I guess. So yeah, the engine is good because of the overheat, but it gives you will temporarily like lose 1 HP for that. So if you're gonna you should skip this part because I'm just like talking about the champion and which one is like much more better to use. But I will show you guys why Koju is better because it is what it is. And I'll show you how to actually like play Koju as well and how like you can play better on Koju. I'm really sorry about my English. It's pretty bad. So as you can see, I have Lip Strike and Spirit Wall. What I always do is just I always leave that as my defense because you don't really know if I will get hit by the ball or not. That one. So Leap Strike is for defensive only. If you're gonna expect the ball to hit you, then yes, good to use the Leap Strike. Of course, you can also use the Spirit Wall, but sometimes the Spirit Wall is like unpredictable. Sometimes that's why it's kind of bad to use that. Just so you know, Boju is good as long as you know what to do. So what I'm doing for the handgun is that I'm just waiting for the ball to be like faster because if you use the handgun now, like for example, if that ball literally targets you and then you use the handgun, it will go to different person, like random person, and that's why you should not always use the handgun. Of course you should use the handgun, but you should like yeah, just like what they did. You should like curve the ball towards the air and then like just the hand it. So for chain spear, it's also good because you have to deflect the ball for them to like you have to use the skill only when the ball is like really close to them because they will expect it to like deflect the ball but they will not. So make sure to only use the skill. Select that one. For handgun, always make sure to see the advantage of yours. So now we're in the face off. I'm gonna use the handgun now. Like that. Well, unfortunately, the handgun doesn't work because he's
Huli, oh.
already
Huli, oh.
expecting it.
Kitang-kita, oh. Halata sa may ano,
What do
oh.
you mean, bro? I'm innocent.
Diba?
I'm a noob.
Halatang halata sa leaderboard. So,
I'm a
ay,
noob, bro.
nabully oh. Halatang
Nah,
halata
I'm a
oh.
noob. Why
Kitang-kita
are you
sa
doing this? Why are you
leaderboard.
being
So,
mean? Just like that. I use the handgun only when I'm curving the ball towards the air. I also use the spirit wall because I'm already expecting it for them to target me. I'm using the camera toggle because it's a really good thing also than the shift lag. And why camera toggle is better? It's because you can comfortably like change directions for the screen. So curving the ball with the camera toggle is much more easier because you will know which directions the other players are at. Fortunately, I'm lagging. I use that pretty much advanced. Well, curving the ball is pretty much easy as long as you're using the camera toggle, which camera mode, just go to your settings and camera mode. But if you're using a mobile, it's really hard because the thing is that I don't really know how mobile or other devices works. But if you're using laptop, PC, yeah, that works better. But if you're gonna use a shift lag, of course it's also better, but at the same time it's kind of bad as well because you don't really know where you don't. I mean, pretty much shift lag is good, but at the same time you will have to like change the directions. But I don't really use shift lag as well. But usually other people uses shift lag when they actually get closer to the players and they have to look the ball and then deflect the ball towards to that other player. So that's what they actually like use the shift lag for. Now shift lag is good, but I use like camera toggle more because in this type of thing is that even if you just like keep moving like this, you can just like change your camera directions to the other different directions. Now, you might be wondering why camera toggle. Now, camera toggle is like you can like curve the ball much more any directions you want to, or deflect the ball wherever you want to. Now, I used the just dragging the screen before, so whenever I'm gonna deflect the ball, I have to like focus on the ball first and then deflect it. Now, sensitivity is also important because you have to change your camera sensitivity to your liking. So I changed mine to 0.4, which is really good as well because I have to like focus on the ball and then it's gonna like change the direction so fast to the other players. Now, you should only use your handgun when it's on face off. Because on face off, you can use your handgun, and then when they deflect the ball towards you, you can like use your handgun back to them. Now it doesn't work before because the other two. knows that I'm gonna use the handgun on him, or probably I'm just like lagging. Now always leave the lip strike. Don't even use it unless you know you're like gonna expect them or expect the ball to hit you. Now, lip strike is for your defense because if you use all of your skills, you have nothing like you have no more skills to use anymore, and that's really bad. Now you can also use spirit wall, but you have to like look into the direction you want to use the spirit wall for. But of course, it's not that much more useful because the spirit wall is like you have to stay for that direction for like 0.1 seconds just for it to work. Otherwise, it will just go to the direction like 0.1 seconds before you actually like look into the direction you want to use the skill. Now I'm gonna use the handgun on here. Like that. Now the handgun is have a weakness as well. No matter what it is, every champion has a weakness. Handgun. So for example, right? If you know that your enemies are using Koju, always make sure that you have to move around or jump around because if the person knows how to use Koju very well, they will use the handgun on you if you're not moving, or they can use the spirit wall as well. And that's why moving around is much more important as well. Because if you're just like gonna stand there and then be like a main character, of course the ball will literally hit you. Why Kochu is good for new players? It's because Koju is basically like a type of champion that can be used as offensive and defensive. Now, why I'm saying like offensive? It's because you have like handgun, chain spear, or spirit wall. Now, we're not gonna mention the slip strike because that's gonna be like the defense. Because if you have no more like skills like this, and then you're left alone with lip strike, always make sure that you have the advantage to use to deflect the ball first. Or if you have like really no chance to defend yourself, make sure to use the lip strike. Now, pretty much Koju is always easier, but the thing is that you have to like look up or to any directions you want and make sure to use the handgun in advance, but as long as the ball is really close to the point where they will not gonna deflect first, but if you use the handgun, the ball will literally goes behind them or to the upward, and that's when they will literally like deflect it like in 1 second after you use the ability, which is they will get hit by the ball. Now you have to be like precise on the timing like that. Now every champion has always a time. If you time it, if you time it wrong, you will get hit instead. And timing the ball is like kinda hard as well. I mean, it's not that hard if you pretty much already know how to play the game. And I'm lagging. See, camera toggle is always good because you have to measure it where the ball will literally go, and the more it becomes faster, the more it will be like easier for the ball to literally like hit the wall, and that's where you will use your advantage of deflecting the ball towards the wall or to the corner. Now you can also use that, but sometimes it doesn't work. That go. Now handgun is also good, but as long as you point your character towards to the player, for example, they're here, right over there. The ball is like going here. Make sure to deflect the ball first, and then you should point yourself towards to that same character as well, and then use your handgun. That way, it will be easier for the ball to target the person. Now, my friend also defeated me while using the Koju, and I'm just teaching her the basics on how to use the Koju better. Now, I'm not gonna recommend that using Koju on the ranked game is good as well, but of course, if you want to win, you should use either Gazo, Saito, or Keilo. Now, Keilo is pretty much offensive champion, but of course, assassin invisibility is kind of bad because in face off, of course, you have nowhere to like defend yourself with it. You only have like, of course, you have like self deflect, that speed, and lightning. Now, what if all of this skill is on cooldown and you're on face off, and then the assassin invisibility doesn't really be available on face off? You can literally die. That's the thing. Now, Saito is also good because the aftershock literally makes the ball literally goes faster as well. Much faster. Yes. And yeah, pretty much that's the basics. Just always make sure to leave the lip strike as your defense for the skill because you will be like disadvantage. And I use the handgun on that because I know that she's gonna die. Because he was like, see, it doesn't work sometimes. That's why it has to be like to be faster and more precise on the timing. Because if your timing is wrong about using the handgun when you curve it to the air, basically you will fail to hit them with it. And if you're gonna curve the ball towards to the upward, make sure to be faster about it because you don't want them to like you don't want it to fail. And that's the basics. So always make sure to leave deep strike as your defense ability because if you're pretty much still new in the game and you will get hit by the ball, then always make sure to leave this deep strike available as always because if you have no more abilities to defend yourself with it, you're pretty much gonna get hit by the ball and you will have to wait like for a few more seconds just to any skills to be like become available again. And you can always use the spirit wall, but it's not very much recommended because the spirit wall is like unpredictable and pretty much if you try to use the spirit wall in front of you, I mean it's gonna work like that, but like if you want to use the spirit wall like different versions, you have to make sure that the screen is like static for a bit and then use the spirit wall. Okay. Now thank you guys for watching and maybe in the next video I will try to use Denjin. And as of now, I'm grinding for Koju in top 500. So, yeah, goodbye. And I wish that this video literally helps you as well. So, bye bye. There's no edits at all. So, sorry for the intro as well because I have no intro. I'm not